everybody, welcome back to a brand new LBP/Dreams video. Now I wanted to talk about why I personally prefer LittleBigPlanet over Dreams. A lot of people will prefer Dreams, but I feel like most people, if they've played both games, would prefer LBP. Maybe it's because it's like nostalgia for LBP. I don't know, but I want to talk about why I think LittleBigPlanet is better than Dreams or Mario Maker or any of the other like creating games. There aren't many of them, but Dreams is the main one with LBP. Now the reason why, the first reason is the charm of LBP. I feel like the planet has a much better charm and feel to it with how everything looks, the characters, all that kind of stuff. And it's an overall a more charming experience. When I remember as a kid, the charm is what made me feel so nostalgic for the game. It wasn't the gameplay, it wasn't the create mode, it was the charm of the overall experience that led me to feel so nostalgic for LBP2. When you play Dreams, there isn't much, there is charm to it, but it isn't the same. It's not as good, you know. It doesn't have that thing that makes LBP special, in my opinion. I feel like Dreams doesn't have that. I feel like just LBP is just more special in general. With how it works and the tools you have and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like a second reason is because of the story. Dreams has no story mode. Now, most people will play the story mode. People like in the community, LVP community, always say, I play for the create mode. Bullshit. Everybody's played the story or enjoys the story, because to get any of the materials, you have to play the story to get the materials. Some people say I only play for the create mode. You're full of shit, because you have to play the story to get as many materials as possible to make the best levels. If you only played the create mode and didn't play any story mode levels, you wouldn't have many materials and your levels would come out total dog shit. The story mode for me is what also drew me to the game. LBP2 story mode, to be more precise. It was just really fun and charming. The gameplay was great. And it had that thing to it, you know, that nostalgia feeling, which is why I played the game. Because if the story isn't good, no one's going to play it. It also gives people who play offline content to play. And it also gives them a feel of the game. And in my opinion, it's what draws a lot of people to it, excluding the create mode and community factors. Dreams has no story, thus it feels kind of empty. You just play people's levels and that's it. Even Mario Maker 2 introduced some sort of story concept, because a story with the create game is needed. I thought the third reason for why LBP is more popular, and this is my final reason, is simplicity. Dreams is way too complex. I have no create skills, but I can still make a parkour level if I want to spend hours on the game. I could still create a relatively good looking parkour level with spikes and jump pads. I don't need to know how to code. Obviously, coding lets you move things around, and it's not really coding, it's more like basic, like logic. But even if you don't know any logic and you only know how to move things around and place things, anybody, whether they're 5 years old or 20, can create really, really good parkour or platformer levels without having any sort of skills in the creating field. With Dreams, I feel like you might be able to make the same thing, but Dreams, there's just like the content has to be so much better to stand out. Thus, I feel like it's just very scary for a new player to see, and it's not something I want to do. It's just too much, it's too complex, and while that's really good for hardcore coders and programmers, for people like me and for most people, it's just too hard and it's just too complex. People like simplicity, which is why retro games are so popular still, is because they were simple. But those are my thoughts on why I prefer LVP over Dreams. Tell me which one you prefer down below. Not most people channel for LVP, therefore most people probably prefer LVP, but do let me know what you thought and what you think in the comment section down below. Anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe as well. See you next video. Goodbye, everybody.